Jeremy, what's up?
What's up, bro? How's it going?
It's going. Sorry about all the shuffling up today, but happens. Hope you're doing good.
Yeah, no worries, man. Just knocking out some interviews, dude.
Of course, gotta do what you gotta do. Are you already in Texas?
No, I leave tomorrow.
Okay, all right, exciting, man. I'm sure it feels good to get back in there. Obviously, a couple days away.
Yep. Yeah, man. It's been I don't like sitting on the sidelines for a year. That shit sucks. So I'm ready to unleash the beast.
Oh yeah, and we're ready to see it, man. So like, this is obviously a real unique thing for you. You know, a UFC OG at this point, man. But a really cool opportunity with the PFL. Like, did you ever imagine something like this would be possible?
Nah, I always stay pretty present, man. I don't really think about, too much in the past, future. I like to just be right here, right now. And, like they say, when one door closes, another one opens. And, this is the way that God wanted me to go my route. And I'm not going to, I'm not going to go against it. I'm going to go with it. And I'm in alignment and I'm excited. I'm with a company that wants to fight me more and huge opportunities over here. So I'm very excited.
Yeah, and I'm sure that you were a guy who was getting kind of, calls from all over the place, with the name that you have. Did it just kind of come down to this being the most unique and best possible option for you? Or was it kind of like, oh, that one sounds good, this one sounds good? How'd you kind of get here in the first place?
Yeah, I think this has the best opportunities for what I'm trying to do, what my goals are, and what I'm looking forward to, and seeing my future. I think PFL is the best thing for me. So this is not just a random decision. This was a decision that me and my team, my wife, and excuse me, everybody sat down and these are the best options. This is the best. This is the best game plan going forward, and we're gonna capitalize on this opportunity.
For sure, man. You got a great fight out the gate here. Clay Collard, a guy who likes to throw hands, fellow UFC veteran. Sure, you're familiar with him, but just what do you kind of make of this as your first fight in the PFL?
Straight banger. You guys know us. You're in for a treat. This is a good one. So it's something that gets me excited, waking up for every day, preparing my ass off for it, and know that he's going to bring it, and I'm going to bring it. We're going to collide in there, and I'm going to flatline him.
Have you done any studying on like his past fights? Because last season, a lot of people thought he got robbed in his fight to get to the finals. Very close fight, obviously. But if you saw that one, what'd you make of it? And you think he maybe should have ended up being champion, depending on how things played out?
Yeah, yeah, I do. I very well do. I think that this is what's good about it is I get to go out there, take out. I feel like the champion guy and put on a statement and put these motherfuckers on notice that hey, I'm here. I'm making a statement with this one. So this is a great opportunity. I'm not looking past him at all. I feel like I'm fighting the best one, which is what I do. Jeremy Stevens, he fights nothing but the best. And people may not know who Clay is. They may not know who the fuck he is, but he's a very dangerous, tough dude. And it's going to make for a great, exciting fight. He's not going to be running around. He's not going to be trying to run from me. He's gonna be in my face. He ain't gonna be hard to find. So this makes up for an exciting matchup. With the way that we stylistically we can collide and make some fireworks.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely one of those guys. I feel like that if you watch his career develop, post UFC, he's been better. I mean, he's even done the boxing, and I don't know if he's lost in boxing even. So you're kind of getting the best Clay Collard I think you could.
He's lost. He got knocked out
Oh, okay, missed that one.
with some 12 ounces.
Right. So that gives you some confidence, I'm sure. Not that you
Clay's
need it.
tough. Boxing is a lot different. I think a lot of people give. I gotta give credit where credit's due. Clay going over to boxing is a big deal. It ain't easy. Like I sparred some amateur boxers and Giovanni Santini out here and tons of good boxers around here. They'll fuck you up, man. You'll learn a lot. Boxing these guys round by round. It's like a fight in UFC. You need 3 rounds, but you'll learn round by round how different boxing truly is. It's a craft on its own that's very unique, very very much skill, and it's not easy to do. And as is like MMA, when them guys come over here, it's very different. But from what we have to train with the wide range of things that we have to train with, to only focus solely on boxing, I think those guys are a little bit ahead, and you see it at all levels.
Yeah, yeah, undeniable, man. And I mean, is that something you'd ever consider taking some boxing matches at some point? Obviously, not what you're thinking about now, but have you considered it maybe?
Man, everybody always says that, because of the hands and stuff. But I like the little gloves. I like wearing extra small gloves so that it's nice and tight. They can feel my pain. So I like that. I spar with 16s. I don't even spar with 12s. I spar with 16-ounce gloves just to, for my training partners, safety and everything. But they tell me every day you hit hard, but I don't know how hard I hit because I don't take my hits.
Yeah, don't hit yourself.
Yeah, I don't hit myself. A few times I have, but boxing is a different sport. It's something that I love and I enjoy, and it's something that I tend to learn and grow from each and every day. I enjoy boxing very much. I've always been a fan of boxing before I was ever a fan of UFC. And boxing is great, and opportunity could present itself in the future. Of course, I'll jump all over it.
Yeah, have to wait and see where it all goes. But obviously, MMA is still in the direct path here, and Clay Collard is that guy. And I know that you've already kind of mentioned the interest in a potential rematch maybe down the line with Anthony Pettis. And he's a guy who Clay beat last season. So, I mean, just kind of keeping an eye on Pettis. Were you surprised to see him struggle last season?
You know what, man? When I saw him that fight was not the Anthony Pettis that I know, who's truly deep down there. I feel like one guy showed up, the other guy didn't. And you saw that Clay was not fucking around, and Pettis just did look like he wanted to be there. I don't know. Did Pettis fight before that, or was that his first fight?
Yeah, that was his PFL debut.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe he just got paid and was just like, fuck it. I don't really need to be here. I don't know. That it looks kind of weird, but that, or is Clay that good, or he's that of a beast? Of course, that's the guy I put in my fucking mind, so that I wake my ass up every goddamn day and don't make that mistake. Like, I'm some UFC guy. Like, I'm just gonna win by intimidation and off of fucking watching my highlight tape. That's not the case. I'm going in there to do some fucking work, and I'm excited for this matchup, and I want that guy to come. Because if he does come my way, bro, I ain't gonna be backing up, eating shots. I'm gonna be fucking eating it and coming right forward and breaking you.
Of course, man, the Lil Heathen way. So, you mentioned kind of the activity earlier, and with this PFL tournament style, they really give you, that option to fight, 4 times a year. Obviously, it's part of the format. So, for you, do you think that like more promotions should kind of adopt, maybe not this exact tournament style because it's very unique, but at least some way to promise fighters, a guaranteed amount of activity?
Yeah, I like the tournament style. Why not? UFC's fighting so frequently. Why couldn't they just match them up? I'm sure a lot of guys would, and then a lot of guys would jump on board. But UFC, they're making billions and billions of dollars. So however they're running it is obviously they know more than what the fuck I know. Making a lot more money off the talent. But I would like to see the talent be able to make some money and have those types of opportunities instead of $50,000 bonuses. It's like corporate America now. That's kind of how it kind of gone with UFC. It's all corporate. I came from an era, we had like $75,000 in bonus money, and 65,000 was another one that I got. Those were my 2 biggest bonuses I ever received. And, of course, 50 grand, I'll take 50 grand right now, of course. But, it's like on some big fights, some big opportunities, some big cards, it'd be nice to see UFC step up and be like, hey, here's $100,000 for the fucking fight of the night, the knockout. And you're going to see guys want to go out there and get after it more. Some guys that like, they're just trying to hang on to win. Well, fuck, man. When you're paying them $13,000 and $13,000, that extra $13,000 is a fucking lot. You got $26,000, that like half of that 16s, half, now you're down to 16 because you got to pay coaches. Other than that, maybe you got debt leading up to that. So now you're down to like $10 or $10,000. You take the wife out to eat, you fucking, you go grab a meal, you're on $8,000, bro. It's like,
goes
and
quick.
You're fighting the fucking top guys, like Sean O'Malley mentioned it. He's pretty smart about being like that. Like, yo, you want me to fight these top dudes, but you're paying me $15,000. Like, is what it is, And I grew up in that era. I first made $3,000. That wasn't a lot. I was making more money outside of UFC than I did in the UFC. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, very much so.
And this is supposed to be the most growing, entertaining sport in the world. I feel like it's now that time that should get like an Ali act or some type of stuff, in there and get people paid, especially if you're in the UFC. If you have more than 10, 12 fights in the UFC, you're a fucking beast. You're a killer. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Most guys, they have 1, 2 fights, 3 fights, maybe 4, they're out. It's like, okay, cool. But like those guys that have been putting in, like, I ain't getting no pension. It's like, all right, later, Stevens. I ain't getting no commentary job. Like, that's it. That's the fucking reality that we're dealing with, like, bye. Like, like I was telling earlier, like, they didn't even put me up on like a birthday. They never announced my birthday. They don't give a fuck. They don't care. It's like they're making billions of dollars. Like, why can't we make a little bit of that money?
Yeah.
It's been put out there by, I think, fighters in the past. I can't name who, but statistic wise is like, look how much UFC is making, how much they spent, how much they've gotten sponsors. And here's what the fighter pay is. And like, look how much they accumulated. Like, some of that money could trickle down, if you ask me.
Right, it's certainly a lot of money.
We're the ones risking our lives, right? We're the ones giving you entertainment. We're the ones having to hear you boo because the guy's laying on somebody so that he can fucking provide for his family and get a paycheck. You know what I'm saying? Like, people wonder why. Well, hey, offer him $100,000 and watch him like Mike Tyson said, like, throw the bird feed down and watch the pigeons just fight over it. You want to see better action, pay him.
Yeah,
I mean, hey, you offer me $100,000 an extra bonus to go, like, that makes me want to really get after it. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, like, man, I gotta fight. Like, I need this check. Like, I need the win.
Right.
But you throw an extra $100,000 in there, you're like, I'm gonna fucking let it all hang out. Fuck it. Like, that's it. That, to me, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, I think many people would agree with you, man. And yeah, like I said, $1 billion, they have a lot of money to go around. So it is what it is, though. And I mean, with all that in mind, Jeremy, like, I know you're very present-minded, like you said, but could you ever see yourself returning to the UFC if they were to, offer you at some point or anything like that?
Yeah, I just love to fight. UFC's got great talent. PFL's got great talent. Bellator's got great talent. There's fights out there. It's just opportunity. I'm loyal to my family. I don't give a fuck if it's PFL, UFC, anybody. I'm loyal to my family. I'm going to do what's best for me and my family, as UFC is going to do what's best for them. Bellator is going to do what's best for them. And other fighters are going to, I would like to think that would like to do what's best for them. But unfortunately, that's not. I have a name in UFC. I have 34 fights. There's some guys in PFL that have a name that would probably rather come over to UFC, take a pay cut just so they can get famous, so they can kind of get the name that I have, I'm going to be loyal to me and my family. That's, at the end of the day, the only one in between these walls. And when I'm calf kicking people and taking leg kicks and limping up the stairs, no one calls me like, hey, Jay, you all right? Like, how you feeling? It's like, it's my wife and my kids that got to see this. It's like, simple choice for me is I'm going to do what's best for me and my family. That's it. And everybody should too.
Yeah, definitely. Got to keep what's most important in mind at all times. So yeah, totally fair, man. And I mean, when you did leave the UFC, like, was there any thought of retirement at all or anything like that, of booking it in? Or I would assume not, since you are here now, but did it cross your mind at all?
No, not at all, man. I wanted to continue to fight, and they weren't fighting me the way that I wanted to, so I chose to leave. I get it clear. I didn't get cut from the UFC. I decided to part ways because I wanted to do what's best for me and my family. UFC never cut me, so don't get it twisted. I could still be with them, but like, I'm gonna be waiting on the sidelines. Like, I asked for the Joe Lazon, Clay Guida, Donald Cerrone. Now Donald Cerrone and Joe Lazon are fighting. Like, I've been asking for that. Like, why can't I get it? The only thing I can think of is that Sean just didn't like getting yelled at by Dana when I pushed him. Drakkar Klose, right? That was like when shit kind of started getting weird. And I'm like, this is kind of funky, but I'm not gonna get mistreated. I've done my job for that company. I've continued to fight. Dana wanted to keep me on. I still have a cool relationship. I still text him and chat with him. And I just feel like I had to do what's best for me and my family. And like I said, man, there's opportunities all around. I have a name out there, 34 fights in UFC. People know what they're getting with me. And you're getting action. So it's like, I have them opportunities. If I was 2-3 time veteran in the UFC, got cut, I'd be coming over to PFL with a pay cut, or Bellator or wherever, I decided to go. I'd probably be taking less pay. Right.
Yeah.
So I think some people like they want that fame and that type of notoriety because UFC is like the Super Bowl. People, well, what do you do for a living? Like, oh, I'm an MMA fighter, or they'll be like, oh, you a UFC fighter? Like it's always UFC. Like that's all they know. That's how they globalize and monopolize everything. It's just that famous, that big. People want to fight in the UFC. I mean, when I was in 5th grade, that's all I ever wanted to do. I thought I would retire with the UFC, and no harm, no foul.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong. And I like I said, I put it down for myself and my family that I can go over here with a name and make better opportunity, make more money, and do the same thing.
Yeah.
And you know what? Tell you the truth, I'm not fighting a fucking 100 killers like you are over in UFC. You're fighting like 15 guys over here. Like big difference.
Yeah, a little bit. But you mentioned Drakkar Klose, and I wanted to mention.
I'm done talking about him, brother. I don't want to hear his name no more. Shit's popping up. You know what?
Yeah.
Everybody can just eat it. I don't care. It's like it is what it is. That guy got knocked out right before I fought him. It is what it is. Move on.
All right, fair enough. That answers it right there, man. So just, it's in the news lately. So yeah, as you've heard of it, I'm sure. So, but I mean, another thing, since you always do keep it real, Jeremy, like I want to get your thoughts on, what was going on with Colby and Masvidal, like what you made of that whole situation.
I don't know, man. I don't know. There was a time I went down to ATT and I was helping Jorge train for Gilbert Melendez, and I was hanging out with Masvidal, and he told me he's the one who clicked me up with Colby. I got a chance to hang out with both them guys, both really cool guys, and I had a good experience with them. I'm still cool with both guys, but I think it's just personal. Who knows? Maybe someone fucked someone's wife, or who knows, bro? It seems real deep. That type of shit. So good friends like that over some money. I don't think so, especially if he owes your coach money. Maybe if he owed you some money, but I don't know, man. It seems a little bit more personal. It's kind of gone crazy, and them guys were inseparable, man. That's the game, right? The devil wins. Money fucks everything up. At the end of the day, it's like, is it really worth it? Or could they maybe patch things up and be that type of friendship? Because that type of friendship that they had, man, it looked like they probably kill a motherfucker from one another, right, and not rat each other out. Now something got mixed up in between the lines, things got heated, and it's just like that friendship's like never gonna be there like the way it was. To me, no amount of money is like gonna be worth that friendship. That'd be like me and my boy Miles Jury, who's he's like retired from MMA, or he's doing his thing. He's big into the real estate. He's a millionaire mogul. Miles is what I call him, man. He's a fucking beast. But that'd be like me and him, like getting into a fight and then just trash everything. Like, this guy used to sleep on my couch. He used to sleep in the spare bedroom. My daughter would wake him up and he would get her like a bottle of milk when she was just a baby. It's like we had this deep history. And for that to get ruined over some money, it's like, is it really worth it? Because those types of friendships, man, once in a lifetime, you don't get them back. I've lost friendships in the past that I had, and it sucks. It's the reality, but it's like, is it really worth it? And I just feel like them two were just inseparable and close as fuck, and now it's history.
Yeah, I know. It is really kind of sad when you look at how it's all devolved into what it is. And I mean, with a guy like Colby, who many believe crosses the line a lot, I mean, you think that's kind of obvious that he's just gone too far with a little bit of the character he's put on?
Listen, there's no fucking lines in MMA. Any line can be crossed. The thing is like, when you speak on certain things, you got to expect that, like, when you do say something some people call it a line, right? There's many lines out there, but when you speak on someone's family and you talk, bro, you got to expect some fucking. Back in my day, bro, people talk shit, they punch you in the mouth, like, not like to knock you out, but like, hey, bro, do you really want it?
Right.
Or shut your fucking mouth. So that's the type of shit you got to be watching out for. So it's like, he's crossing lines, as you would say, and like, you got to respect like some repercussions.
Yeah, and I mean, we're seeing that, so I think that's the best way to put it. But
yeah, and it's like, oh, like, why would he run up and sucker punch? Like, bro, he was you're talking about someone's family there, bro. You know, there's some trash talks there, but like when you're talking about someone's family, kids, putting personal business out there, you know, it's like, I don't condone any of that. It's like, you know, like when you're boys, right? Like there's obviously, I'm gonna speak as a man here. There's some shit you just don't tell your wife. You're at the strip club, you're smacking it, you're facing some titties and shit, right? And then like your best friend's gonna go and rat you out. Like that's
Not
fucked
cool.
up.
Yeah.
That's not cool, bro. That's like you're cheating on me on my bro code. You know, that's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then you're gonna go and do that. But he went way deeper and talked about his family. So it's like you're running around in Miami talking about you're the king of Miami against a fucking street fighter. And Jorge Masvidal, who he doesn't give a fuck. He's making millions of dollars, bro. But Jorge's still that dude, bro. He's still that dude. Like, hey, you want to scrap? Like, I'll give you a shot at the title right here in my boy's backyard. He is that dude. That's just who he is. He's a natural born fighter. People like don't get that. Well, you're making millions. No. Fuck that, bro. Fuck that. Like at first, bro, before you even knew who I was a poor little fucking kid. I was out here fucking struggling. That was Jorge Masvidal. Even though he's making millions of dollars, you don't think that he doesn't forget that he was like a struggling kid just trying to get by? Look at Lewis Hamilton in the Formula One racing. He talks about being in the UK, being the only black kid and getting picked on. He still uses that fuel today to go out there and be the number one fucking driver in the world. That relevates with anybody. If you can truly see past the bullshit and take it all out the side, like, who you are is who you are, man. You can't go beyond that, because if you do, then you'll let everybody walk all over you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, very true, man.
Masvidal ain't that dude.
Remember where you came from, the roots, right? So, yeah, man, very well put. But all right, Jeremy, just a couple more things for you, man. Appreciate the time so much. And just to get back to you, though, I mean, you mentioned the 34 UFC fights, just a great, career you've had, fought so many great dudes. So I'm going to give you a tough question here. Out of all those opponents, toughest opponent you've ever fought, if you can pick one.
Damn. You know what? Without a doubt, Josh Emmett.
Ooh, okay.
You know, I was at Dominic Cruz's fight, and he fought, and Cynthia Calvillo was close by, and I made sure to be like, yo, Cynthia, you tell Josh Emmett that Jeremy Stevens a fan, and you tell his family that like I'm supporting him. Like I'm really impressed with what he's done. A month before that, I fought Doo-Ho Choi and beat him. My coach Eric Del Fiero says, hey, that kid is going to do one of two things. One, he's going to come back and he's going to be the fucking champion. Or two, you just ruined his career. Obviously, I ruined his career. And a month later, Dana calls me up, or a day later, Dana calls me up. Hey, you want to fight so-and-so? I didn't even ask who it was. Josh Emmett. Boom. I fucking put that dude in a body bag, right? I thought he was done. I was like, no, I ruined that guy's career.
You broke his face, dude, man.
No. That motherfucker is like the Terminator, bro. He got up like the Undertaker. He's on a 5-fight win streak. He's probably in line for a title. Who could give Alex Volkanovski a run for his money? He's knocking motherfuckers out. Dude, he's got to be the toughest guy. Maybe not like, there's guys that beat me. There's tough guys like Aldo, Cater, who's a fucking monster. But who I'm most impressed by is Josh Emmett, dude. I'm a fan. Anytime that guy fights, like I'm willing to tune in, because he doesn't have that mental block. He's still going in there fucking dropping bombs and whooping people's ass, and still a top guy in the UFC right now. So that dude, hats off to him, man.
Yeah, that's a great shout. I mean, that guy's definitely been through a lot of, injuries, and still look at him kicking now. So, yeah, that's a good call for sure.
Like kind of like Masvidal, bro, and Lewis Hamilton. He's using that pain to develop and recreate himself to something great for him and his family. You know what I'm saying? Like he's going after it and getting after it. And that's the type of guy that I like. I feel like if we could do a podcast with him or get into his mental and the things that he's been through, I've been through a lot of things, but outside looking in, like I'm kind of more dialed into his story now and watching him. Like he's got my support. I hope he goes and gets a title shot and gets that title. I would love to see that. Anybody I ever fought, anybody I've ever fought's always been a tough fucking top guy. So, I'm always rooting for my division over there in the UFC. I'm a fan of these guys. I've been watching these guys, you know, growing up. You know, of course we got to go and fight, but Emmett's one of them dudes that's definitely I'm always gonna be tuning into.
Yeah, yeah, definitely a can't miss kind of guy. So, and I mean, just mentioning Emmett, Jeremy, it makes me remember, like, yeah, that was during your time at featherweight, and obviously back at lightweight now. So, I mean, are you done with the featherweight thing? You think you'll ever give it a shot? Like, let's say maybe next season, let's say you win the lightweight tournament, PFL, nice million, nice title. Let's try and get 2 belts, man, in 2 different divisions.
Yeah, I'll have over fucking $2 million in my bank account. Of course, like I'm gonna hire a dietitian. You know, give my wife a break from cooking all the time. But 45 is just hard, bro. I walk around at over 180 pounds. I get up to like 186 if I kind of just chill, eat, do whatever the fuck I want. But, you know, I was wrestling in my senior year at 145 pounds, dude. It's a tremendous task to ask for. That being said, I think here at 155 pounds, if I can keep continuing these fights every 4 to 6 weeks, I think my metabolism is going to be good. You know, and I'm fighting once a year, you know what I'm saying? Like in the past. So it's like now I can fight more frequently. I feel like I could get down and make that weight again. You know, do I want to? No.
Yeah.
But, you know, like I said, I'm loyal to my family, bro. And if the opportunity presents itself and we can do it, it would definitely excite me, because I think at 45, I would just blow that division away. I've seen those guys over there, and I'm not impressed. I would definitely the hardest hitting 145 pounder still.
Still got that title, that's for sure.
Yes, sir.
And I mean, speaking of that, Jeremy, like, another tough question for you, man, but like, the victory you're most proud of, had so many good ones. Which one stands out as the victory that you're just like, that's the one for me right now? Obviously could be more in the future.
Yeah, I would say the Dennis Bermudez fight was tremendous, just with like everything that's kind of happened around that. You know, I was 2-fight losing streak. I happened to miss weight. My dad came out, flying kneed the dude. I flexed on Arnold Schwarzenegger, shaking his hand in the back, hanging with Dana, like, you know, him calling me the next day, like, we're still going to throw you a bonus, you know, to my dad, my sister, and them coming out to California to visit me. It was just like that whole just moment and everything that had happened. I would say that was probably one of the better knockouts in times of my life.
Yeah, perfect storm, man. A huge event too. You know, that one was crazy.
Yeah. Oh, and the Irish fans, man, the fucking best fans in the world. Like, it was crazy just being in that type of atmosphere. You know, I fought on a few cards, and, you know, them calling me a legend and just treating me nice, like buying me drinks, like out and about, like best fans in the world, man. And I think that was really what did it. It was just probably one of those events that was just electrifying. Connor was on the card, so it was just an amazing, amazing event. And that card, I hear to this day, was like they say is the best card anybody's ever witnessed through and through.
Yeah, it was certainly a very good one. Top 3 at least, that's for sure. So good memories from that one. But all right, Jeremy, last thing I will leave you with here, man. You know, been following your career for as long as I've been a fan, of course. Hard not to. You've been there the whole time. But I've never heard actually the story behind how you got the Lil Heathen nickname. So what is the origin behind this? Did you give it to yourself, or did somebody, give it to you?
Yeah, my mom used to call me a Lil Heathen back in the day, you know. I'd be running around thinking I was Jean-Claude Van Damme or one of the Ninja Turtles like Raphael. And man, I was a wild man, bro. I was literally born to fight. You know, I would tell people there's like a busy street, and I'd get up on top of the hill, and those like little like pedal, like go-kart type things. I would literally get up on top of the hill, go down, and then like I would just pull off and do a funeral home driveway. Can you believe that shit? Mike Tanini on the south side, 515 Des Moines, Iowa. Mike Tanini was a really cool guy, and I would pull off into that driveway last second before I would go off into like running traffic.
Oh my god!
To playing ball, my dad tells me, you know, I broke 3 windows in one day playing baseball. To just running around, you know, the stuff that I've seen, my life, and the violence that I've witnessed going on through life. I feel like Lil Heathen just suited me, because I feel like a lot of people, when they don't really know me and they just see my highlight tape, they're like, is that dude a dick? You know? And if you really know me, I'm fun, I'm loving, I'm caring. I'm probably one of the bigger, passionate, heart-meant-full people, and when they get to know me, they're like, man, he's actually a nice guy. But when I'm inside that cage, you know, I flip the switch. I know what I'm here to do. I'm trying to fuck people up and give the people what they paid to see, which is raw dog entertainment. They want to see motherfuckers like me going for the fences. You know, they don't want to see people hanging on for dear life. You know, it's like, of course you got to do that, but my style is like, I want to throw and I want to throw often, and I'm trying to win. I'm trying to run like Marshawn Lynch. I'm trying to run your face over.
Beast mode. There we go.
Beast mode, baby.
So, great story there. The Lil Heathen way, as I said earlier. So, yeah, that's great, man. I never heard kind of that story. So very cool and fitting. Obviously very fitting. So, all right, Jeremy. Well, I will let you go. Enjoy the rest of your day, man. I'll be there for the fight, so I'll see you in person next week. Will be awesome to catch the PFL debut, man. Great getting to chat for the first time, and just wish you all the best. So I'll see you soon, man, and thanks so much.
Yeah. Look forward to shaking your hand, my man.
Of course.
Appreciate you, Drake. Thanks,
all right,
brother.
Jeremy. See ya.